We tend to think of vitamins as just, well, a little extra health insurance, right? Maybe a bottle that sits on the kitchen counter. But what if I told you that 5 specific, science-backed vitamins could be the key to actually rebuilding your muscle, getting that energy back, and fighting off the weakness that can creep in after 60? Let's dive right into this.
What if the real secret to staying strong and steady on your feet isn't just about how much you can lift at the gym? It kind of flips what we've always been told about aging and strength on its head, pointing to something much more fundamental, something you can start working on today.
So, in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how 5 essential vitamins can help you fight back. We're talking about fighting a quiet thief. It's something many of us face as we get older, and it can sneak in and steal our strength, our balance, and our confidence, often before we even notice it's happening.
Okay, let's put a name to this unseen threat. It's called sarcopenia. Now, I know that sounds like a clinical, scary term, but its effects are things we can all relate to. It's that feeling when taking the stairs feels like a real workout, or when you feel just a little wobbly. It's that slow, gradual decline that really threatens our independence. So here's the official definition. Sarcopenia is the age-related loss of muscle mass and function. And, framing it like that is so important because it stops being this vague idea of just getting older and becomes a specific condition. And if it's a condition, that means it's something we can actually do something about.
So, where do we even begin this fight? Well, you start with the foundation, and that foundation is vitamin D. We all know it as the sunshine vitamin, but its job goes way beyond just bone health. It has a direct, powerful impact on our muscle power and our control.
And get this. This is a big deal. Over 60% of adults over 65 in the US are deficient or have insufficient levels of vitamin D. That is a massive number. It means the majority of people are missing this absolute cornerstone for muscle strength, especially as we tend to spend more time indoors. So how does it actually work? Well, what's really cool is that vitamin D literally flips a switch on receptors that are right inside your muscle tissue. This helps you maintain muscle tone and control, which is so crucial for the legs and hips. Plus, it helps your body absorb the calcium that's needed for every single muscle to contract. The science really points to a daily dose of about 800 to 1,000 IU, and you want to look for the D3 form for the best results.
All right, let's bring in our next 2 key players. Think of vitamins B12 and E as a coordinated defense team. They work together, guarding your body's communication lines and its recovery systems, right down at the nervous system and cellular level. First up, vitamin B12. This is all about your nerves. It's like the insulation on the wiring that connects your brain to your muscles. It keeps those signals fast and clear. But when you're low on it, and that's up to 30% of seniors, those signals get slow, they misfire, and that leads directly to weakness and bad balance. A daily dose of 500 to 1,000 micrograms can help keep that critical connection strong.
Now, if B12 is the communication line, then vitamin E is the bodyguard for your cells. It's a powerful antioxidant that acts like a shield, protecting your muscle cells from something called oxidative stress. That's basically the daily wear and tear that builds up. With enough vitamin E, around 15 milligrams a day, your muscles are protected, they recover faster, and you have less inflammation.
Okay, so we've got our foundation and our protectors. Next up are the builder and the traffic director, vitamin C and K2. This is where we get into the nitty-gritty of building a really strong structure and making sure all the materials actually get to the right job site.
Now, to really get this next one, we have to think beyond just the muscle itself. I mean, your muscles can't just float in space, right? They need something solid and stable to anchor to so they can pull. And that's where our next vitamin becomes the hero. So let's talk about vitamin C as the builder. Its most important job here is building collagen. I want you to think of collagen as the mortar that gives strength and structure to your tendons and ligaments. It's what literally glues your muscles to your bones. So by getting about 75 to 90 milligrams a day, you're not just helping your immune system, you're reinforcing the very framework that your entire muscular system relies on.
Okay, but this brings up a really important question. We've talked about getting these nutrients, like calcium, into the body to build things up. But what if all that good building material ends up in the wrong place?
What if it doesn't go where it's actually needed?
The answer is vitamin K2, and its job is to be the traffic director. It literally activates proteins that grab onto calcium and guide it straight to your muscles and bones where you need it. And this is so important because it also stops that same calcium from building up and hardening in your arteries. Taking about 90 to 120 micrograms of the MK7 form makes sure that all that good work vitamin D is doing actually builds strength exactly where you want it.
So there we have it, the 5 essential vitamins. That's the what. Now for the most important part, the how. Let's talk about a daily action plan to turn all this knowledge into practice and start seeing some real results. Believe it or not, when you take these vitamins can make a big difference. To really get the most out of them, a great routine is to start your day with D and B12 to kickstart your energy and repair systems. Then, take C and E around when you're active or with a meal to protect your muscles from stress. And finally, take your K2 with your main meal, especially one with some healthy fats, to really help it do its job of directing that calcium.
And here it is, all in one spot, your muscle rebuilding cheat sheet. This lays out our 5 key players, what their main job is, and the daily dose you're shooting for. It's a simple, powerful guide for your daily routine. Now, how do you actually start without feeling totally overwhelmed? It's simple. Start small. Just pick one vitamin this week, maybe vitamin D, and pair it with a little gentle movement. Then build from there. Real, lasting change is all about creating those small, consistent habits. Just be patient with yourself, and over 90 days, you'll really start to feel the difference.
I really want to leave you with this idea. It completely reframes how we think about getting older. It doesn't have to be about an inevitable decline. With the right knowledge and the right support, it can actually be a time of gaining back what you thought was gone for good.
So after all that, it really just comes down to this one simple question. Right now, what is the one small first step you'll take today to put this into action? Because your future self, the one who's stronger, steadier, and more confident, is waiting to see what you do next.